How's it going? I'm Joey Cundiff.
I'm Mark Saxton, and also with us from the Savannah Bananas, Matt Wolf. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks
a lot. Pleasure to be here.
Hey, we're glad to have you. Big fans of the Savannah Bananas. Even before the ESPN deal, we never thought that would happen for you guys, man. That's awesome.
Huge.
Yeah, crazy deal, man. Me neither. I never dreamed of anything like this happening. So pretty awesome stuff.
I love your hat, by the way. Where do we get one of those?
Hey, the SavannahBananas.com. They got all kinds of merchandise on there.
Oh, yeah,
there it is. We're waiting on a couple of hats we ordered for ourselves too.
That's right. So we're gonna just jump into it. So Matt, just go ahead and tell us your story and how everything you've accomplished started.
Yeah, it's long journey here. I'm one of the older guys on this team. I'm 34. I got a family, so I've been through a little bit. Grew up small town Oklahoma boy. Just a good old small town back home. A lot of good people. Grew up on 1,500 acres, actually, a ranch that had been in the family for generations. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, I was really blessed to kind of live that life growing up. It was an awesome childhood, and my dad was, good enough to me to let me play a little ball instead of having to work out on that ranch all the time. To be honest with you, he kind of spoiled me, so I grew up loving the game of baseball, got the privilege to play a little college ball after high school. Went on into coaching right after I got out of college, and enjoyed that for a while, for about 5 years. And then became a fireman, which my dad was a fireman too, come from generations of firefighters as well. So, just trying to live on their legacy, and then just here recently, got to experience this wild ride of joining the Savannah Bananas. So at a later age, it's really been a miracle, really, to be honest with you.
Hey, you're barely getting into your prime. Come on now. You're really underselling it.
So yeah, crazy stuff, crazy times for me, but man, just a lot of fun, a lot of challenging times, but yeah, it's been a lot of fun to kind of be a kid again, and experience some of those joys you had growing up playing ball.
Well, that's amazing. And I know you touched on it just a little bit just then. Why don't you tell us about some of the family members that, go more in depth on the family members that were such an inspiration to you?
Yeah. So like I say, I'm Matt Wolf the fourth. There's actually 5 of us. Looking back into that, there's history books over the Matt Wolf Ranch and stuff, and just kind of, I don't know, I kind of try to learn from my elders, right? Learn from my dad. I'm raising a 2-year-old now, so I'm trying to, do a little bit things different than he did, but also some of the things he did do and instill in me. I'm trying to do that for my daughter. But yeah, I try to look back at some of the Matt Wolfs and their personalities, man, and they were entertainers. They were big into rodeo. I wouldn't say they were, rodeo clowns my dad was for a short stint, and I always loved growing up going to those rodeos with him and just joking around with him. They're all characters. They like to jab at you, they like to pick at you, talk trash, just have a good time. So that's kind of what what I'm trying to bring into baseball, that rodeo clown side. So I thought that would kind of give me an edge with my age as well. So yeah, it looks like it worked out for me.
I was gonna say, I think it's worked out just fine, and I think that that whole background has paid off.
Right. Yeah. So far, so good. So we'll see how long it.
I will say one of the greatest pitching, performances in terms of what you do on the mound it's quite entertaining. You can't beat it. You really can't beat, the drop and everything. It's great. We all love it.
and then the hidden ball trick behind the knee.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that, guys. It's just it all goes back to having a little bit of fun, and that's kind of always been in my personality. Just, I was always one of those guys that took the game real serious. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I wanted to compete. I wanted to work hard. I wanted to win, but there was that other side too that I also wanted to have fun. So the Bananas, luckily, that's the side they want you to bring out. So.
Yeah.
and that's a challenge of mine too, because I'm so competitive, So sometimes I try to, get back into that competitive mindset a little bit too much, and sometimes you got to let loose and have fun. So it's a challenge, but yeah, it's a lot of fun.
There it is.
So what's your pitching repertoire? I know you, like, it's got to be a little difficult, like winding up all that, while you're doing all the
Yeah.
theatrics. What do you got? What's your top 4 pitches?
Right. Okay. Well, I try to give them a good name. Every pitcher that's got different pitches got to have them a good name. So, the crowd favorite is probably the panty dropper. Where I'm dropping my rodeo clown pants. It's
Yeah.
kind of an old rodeo clown trick. So, the behind the head, I call it right-handed from the left side. I hadn't really got to break that one out much. It's kind of hard to locate, but yeah, that's one of my favorites. Between the legs, the banana split. Goose Tatum. I don't know if you guys know who that is. If you know anything about the Harlem Globetrotters, he was one of the famous Harlem Globetrotters. He actually played for a similar team, kind of like the Bananas, which is called the Indianapolis Clowns.
Okay.
It was a baseball team, kind of a spinoff, kind of what we're doing. But yeah, I got one called the Goose Tatum, the one you talked about tucking in behind the knee. He actually did that. He wasn't a pitcher by any means, or any of my knowledge, but yeah, he kind of did some tricks, tucking it behind his knee and doing some different things like that. So that's kind of where I got that from. So.
I got one quick one for you, because I mean it just sounds like you get to have so much fun creating new and creative pitches that you get to think of off the top of your head. How much time do you spend at home playing with the ball, or in the firehouse playing with the ball?
Yeah, man, they wear me out. I'm not a good guy with the idle time. I'm one of those guys that have probably a little bit of attention deficit disorder. I'm always having to do something. So, when I was younger, there was always a ball in my hand. So, and still around in the station, I'm juggling on my time off, just anything to keep my mind from spinning out,
Right. Okay.
So,
There it is.
It's great. At our station, we have a basketball hoop. We do a horse every once in a while. It always gets cut down to pig because we all suck at basketball. We're absolutely terrible.
It's tough. It's tough, especially some of the older guys.
Yeah, we struggle out there,
Hey, pickleball is where it's at now for the older guys, man.
It is.
We go pickleball all the time at the station, and it gets cutthroat competitive at the station. You know how it can get.
Yeah,
There it is.
We gotta talk to Chief. Get a pickleball.
We gotta let him know.
Yeah. So speaking on that, so when does how does your firefighting ever conflict with Savannah Bananas or anything like that, or how's that?
Well, yeah, man, I just got off a phone call with the head coach. We're just trying to kind of iron a little bit of a game plan out with all that schedule stuff. It's going to be a mess this year. I'm not going to lie. I say that it might not be too difficult, but there's definitely some planning that's going to have to go into it because I only get so many days off. And this year we're going to 33 cities.
That's
awesome. That's amazing.
From February to September. So it's not like it's not like something I'm going to probably get to make the whole season, but maybe I can kind of piece some together. This last tour was only 5 weeks, so I had enough days to just flat off take 5 weeks off and move to Savannah, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult this go round. So it'll be interesting how it works out.
I think that's one of the more underrated stories is how you balance the two. And that's incredible.
Especially being able to serve the community.
Right.
Right. Yeah. And this is firefighting is my main job. Right. So I gotta make that important,
No, I get it. And, actually here, me and my dad, we started a nonprofit organization where we do a lot of charity work, give back to the community, especially being a small community. So I know how that right there, just being involved, being an ex-police officer, both of us being a part of the volunteer fire department, it takes a lot of your time.
Right. Well, thanks for your service, by the way, guys. That's awesome.
Thank you for yours. Thank you for yours. Go ahead and let's move it right on. What, when you do start traveling, what's the game plan for that and amongst all your plans?
Yeah, like I said, we've been racking our brains here. I've been racking my brain for a few weeks actually on this schedule because I'm trying to maximize, the number of games I can make. Right. So, and I work 10, 24-hour shifts a month. So, it's just, there's a lot of logistics that go into figuring that out. But, the main thing for me, I can't just fly out there for a game, fly back in, go to work
Be
24
ready.
hours,
Right.
and then fly back out. Where does that leave my family? Because, to me, it's about, I got to put the most important things first. So, there's going to have to be some of those games that my wife and child get to somehow make, or I'm never going to see them. So,
Right.
So yeah. And then I don't know, man, it's going to be tough. I don't got it all figured out. It's going to be a hard balance. It's going to have this kind of be figured out as it go.
Hey, well, we're pulling for you.
We are.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So another little side question. So how does we all know how pitching rotation works in like the MLB, college baseball, you pitch once, you get like a week, or 5 days off. So how does it work with the Bananas? Is it just be ready when we give you the call?
Man, that's a good question. Banana ball is so new. There's so much stuff that we haven't really figured out yet. I mean, that's not a bad thing. There's rooms to grow there, but there's the wrinkles that we got to iron out. This last tour, I never knew when I was going to go in. I knew I might go in an inning because that's about what I'm going to pitch, an inning.
Right.
Which is perfect because I hadn't pitched in 10 years. I wasn't even a pitcher in college. So, I'm in the process of trying to get back in shape, but yeah, we have, the way we did it the last tour is we have a starter every game that will be predetermined, and they usually go 3 to 4 innings. And then after that, you have relievers that come in for an inning, so I'm in there in the mix, and who knows if I'm going to be closing it, who knows, with me and the repertoire I have pitching wise, I struggle sometimes to throw all these pitches for strike. So, they try to be probably a little bit strategic when they're going to place me in, if we're in a pinch, it might not be real, in my heart, I might say, hey, throw me out there. I want to compete. But realistically speaking, my odds may be a little bit different to throw strikes. So they might need to be a little bit more strategic when they place me in there.
I got you. Now, being that, both sides are having a ball, both the Bananas and the party animals are having a ball. What is it like being in the batter's box compared to, you know what I'm saying? Because you're on the hill, you're on the bump a lot. What's it like being in the box?
Well, they just pitched me. I don't get to bat. I actually had 2 at bats, but you can't step out of the box. Which is perfect for me, because if you step out of the box in banana ball, it's a strike.
Gotcha.
So if I'm on the mound, that's perfect because I'm quick pitching. I'm doing everything I can because I'm not throwing 90 plus like these guys.
Right.
I'm lower 80s, hoping to get back to around mid 80s. So, I'm trying to do everything I can to kind of fool these guys and trick these guys with a lot less velocity. So, just get ready. The game's a lot quicker, so you just got to get ready in a hurry. And I try to take advantage of maybe them looking down and quick pitching or doing something to throw them off.
I got you. Now, I remember what it was like playing baseball all my life. I didn't get to go to college and play, but I remember how much fun we used to have in the dugout. Can you explain the type of fun you have in the dugout?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, the stuff you used to get in trouble for back in high school for goofing off in the dugout, that's definitely encouraged in banana ball, So, this is goof off, have a good time. We're all about fans first. So obviously we're trying to make a show for the fans as well. So, it's a lot of fun, but you also got to be able to flip that switch because there's things that are kind of planned, if you will, like celebrations or stuff like that. So you got to be ready to go do your part. So obviously you still got to have your head on right. You can't just be totally chaotic, but you can be a little bit,
Right.
There's a balance there too.
There you go.
There it is.
So you're very competitive, and everybody loves that. You have to be competitive to play, anything, to be successful in anything, you got to be competitive. Now,
Right.
From some of the stories I hear, it kind of reminds me, I like the Diamondbacks a lot. A little bit of Zach Greinke in there where he's like, no, I can hit a home run. I'm a pitcher, but I can hit a home run. You can hit a home run, right? right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of my personality. It's kind of funny you say that because I can just remember back in college. I was an infielder, and I'm like, put me on the mound,
Right, right,
But
right.
now I'm playing for the Bananas. I finally get an opportunity to pitch, and I'm like, hey, put me in the infield.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's like, so I just want to play. I want to have a good fun, have a good time, and yeah, I want to compete too because, like you say, if it's not competitive, it's no fun for us, and it's no fun for the fans either. A lot of people are pretty skeptical of banana ball because they think it's staged like the Globetrotters. It's actually not. It may seem like that sometimes in some scenarios, but absolutely nothing is staged as far as the game goes. Celebration, stuff like that might be kind of planned out, but as far as the competitive nature of the game, it's not staged. And I don't think
That's-
the players would want it that way. We wouldn't have any fun that way.
I'm so glad you covered that. Was going to be my next thing, because I'm a true believer. I believe in what you guys do, and none of that, the actual playing looks staged to me. So I'm so glad, that you said that, especially
Right.
following, on TikTok and things like that, and getting to
Right.
see some of the stuff that you guys get to do.
Yeah, right. Like the little dances and stuff like that.
Right.
That's obviously there's a time we're going to do that, but it's hard to stage. Hey, he's going to hit it over here. This is
Right, right.
baseball.
Exactly.
baseball.
Exactly.
So when you come out to the mountain, we're gonna put in a situation for you. The one I imagine when you come down to Arizona, this is the one I imagine. Okay, it's a 2-2 game. We're coming in. You got like 10 minutes left to play. What's your closing song when you walk out to the mound? What song you doing? You doing Hell's Bells? You doing Enter Sandman?
Man, it's so hard to pick, right? A good walk up. And to be honest, when I'm out there, I can't even hear it. So it probably doesn't really matter to me, but you guys probably won't. And this is not like a hype you up song by any means. It just kind of speaks to my personality. But there's a song Oklahoma's big with red dirt, Texas country, as they call it. So Casey Donahue, Wade Bowen, Randy Rogers. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but there's a song called Carney Man by Cross Canadian Ragweed. And man, it speaks right to me, man. So that's probably one that my wife makes fun of me. She's got a walk up song picked for me, which I do, and I can't even remember the name of it. But I'm like, I like Carney Man.
Hey, there it is. Hey, well, like you said, that matches exactly what you got going on as soon as you hit that bump too.
Right.
So we kind of touched on it coming to Arizona. We really want to make it out there. We got to be able to set up a time to say hi to you. Well, obviously, when you're busy as it is, but if we can, we'd like to.
Yeah, man, that would be awesome. That'd be awesome if somehow we can get you out there to the game. Where are you guys actually at in Arizona? Because the head coach is actually from living in South Mountain right now in Phoenix.
Oh wow,
Okay.
I did not know that actually. Yeah, we're from Northeast Arizona. We're about 90 miles east of Flagstaff.
So we're
Okay.
right there. Yeah.
It's a little 3-stoplight town called Holbrook, Arizona. 5,000 people.
There you go.
You're real close to Winslow, and I know you heard the Eagles song. We're neighbors with
We're
Winslow.
30 minutes away.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
We're
hopefully you
planning
guys
to
can
be
make
there.
it down.
Yeah, no, that's definitely our plan. Definitely. Now, we don't want to take too much of your night up, but we appreciate your time so much coming onto the show. We actually got you a little something. Hopefully you can enjoy later on down the road.
Are you ready, Matt?
Here we go.
This will make the panties drop.
I like it.
There it is. We got the nice little blue collar.
Is that-
Oh, we got it sideways.
Yeah, what is on there?
There
Well, I
we
can't tell. I can't tell what's on there. Is that y'all's faces or what's going on there?
Right there.
Logo.
We got the logo.
I got you.
And then our good friend who actually got these shorts done for us, just for this interview. We got his company name on there.
I love it. Some new panties for the panty dropper.
There it
There it
is.
is. Just let us know.
Yeah, we'll get with you later. We'll make sure you get those. And once again, man, we appreciate your time. This has been fun. And it's been fun learning about not only the Bananas and what you guys do, but also Matt Wolf.
Well, I appreciate it, guys. It was good talking to you guys as well. Thanks for having me on. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely,
Alright.
anytime, and maybe hopefully we could set up a show towards the end of the season and see, you know, how everything went for you, especially with that chaotic schedule.
Yeah, sure, sure. Love to talk to you guys more. So just anytime, just give me a shout, man.
Sounds good. All right.
Awesome, thank you so
Yeah,
much, and
thank you,
hey,
man.
once again, good luck not only with the season but the schedule, and in the family, the firefighting, you know, everything you got to balance, man. That's important stuff.
Just remember, you're still young. You got it. Tom Brady's still playing. You got it. You got at least 10 more years. All
I
right. Well,
appreciate it, fellas.
yeah.
All right, man. You have a good night.
All right, y'all too. See ya.
All right, bye bye.